the pandemic is pushing porn. Since we've seen the increase of COVID-19 and the world's gone into lockdown, we have seen porn viewing increase by 11%. So a lot of people out there are finding it more and more challenging to fight their urges. And we're going to be talking about today how we can beat these urges head on and maintain our recovery. Now, at the time of this being filmed, we are in the middle of a worldwide crisis. Most generations have never seen anything like this before or experienced anything so close. The world is changing at a rapid rate, the way we're adapting. And with the isolation, it's great that we're following the rules and we're starting to understand what we need to do to beat the virus. But with that become some other implications. Amongst all of this isolation, we also isolate our brains and our social needs. We're spending less time going outdoors, less time working, less time taking action with our hobbies, more time being bored, more time being a bit lonely, more time feeling bad, and more time to allow distractions to take over. So this is why more of us turn to porn and find it harder to recover. So it's no coincidence why in countries like Italy, Spain, France, some of the hardest hit countries with the virus so far, that Pornhub has offered its citizens free porn access to its premium, normally chargeable service. That's really nice of them, isn't it? I wonder why they're doing that. Probably because of the reasons I listed above, and also the fact that they want to get you addicted. They want to play on this pandemic and take advantage out of us. So, where we're watching more porn, they're going to get people hooked, they're going to get them needing. So once we go back to normality, they can start charging for their services. People are going to then end up subscribing to those services. They're going to get used to that normal premium porn and not be able to shake it. And in Spain, they have seen raises of 61% on their site, Italy 38%, and France 30% more traffic since they introduced this free premium service. And once again, this is just one tube site offering this. There are many others taking advantage out of us right now and the current pandemic that we are in. Another reason we are turning to porn is because it is a coping mechanism that helps us deal with the threat of disease and death. Now, the key idea between the terror management theory, which I've been doing a lot of research into recently, shows that when we are reminded of our own mortality, we subconsciously alter our attitudes and behaviours to help us cope with the terrifying prospect of our eventual death. Researchers found that when faced with the prospect of mortality, this prompts sexual desire and behaviour as a coping mechanism. So now the mortality levels are rising, it makes sense why we are being more consumed by porn. Now with porn, these are the facts of why we would normally turn to it. 94% of us seek sexual satisfaction, 87% seek arousal, 86% seek orgasm. Now these are starting to sound like the ones you probably imagine, but as we go further down, now 73% desire to regulate uncomfortable emotions, 70% to assuage boredom, 53% to forget their daily problems. So we can start to see, for most people, it can actually be a coping strategy rather than just a pleasure-seeking strategy. Now guys, a porn addiction is very much in line with other compulsive and addictive behaviours such as substance abuse or gambling. Any addict can tell you the biggest trigger for use is probably going to be emotional discomfort, stress, anxiety, depression, fear, boredom, loneliness, shame. It's not to feel pleasure, but it's to escape this emotional discomfort. Now guys, with this lockdown we are currently facing, we can't go outdoors now, we can't work, many of us, we can't go to the gym, we can't do our daily tasks, we are stuck indoors and we are more open to distractions. So guys, I'm just going to give you a few tips now that can help you overcome the urges and, curb your infusion and keep you productive in these times. I'm going to be expanding a lot more of these in my future episodes, but just to give you an idea of some quick, easy solutions. Number one, go out for more walks, take up some jogging, renovate your house, decorate your room, have a spring clean, take on a new project, small or large, work towards it, just give yourself something to do. Another thing could be great is work on an existing skill of yours. So a passion of mine is fitness. I've recently challenged myself to be doing more pull-ups or some more distance of running 5k in under 30 minutes. Set yourself some goals that you're able to stick to. It could be something that you want to learn something brand new, like taking up an instrument. Why not learn something now that you've always wanted to do? Because we have been gifted, the majority of us have been gifted something we've not had for a long time, and that is time itself. Not many of us are now not working, we can't go out, we can't socialise, we can't go down the pub, whatever we're doing, we've got more time indoors. And this is the best time for anybody to be focusing on their brain and learning more and taking more action. Just focus on topics that you enjoy. Do more reading, listen to more audiobooks, watch more productive things on TV or on Netflix. Watch something that's going to actually grow your mind and make you a better person. Because it could even be that in this time you help a friend or a family member. Just do something that's going to reward you with dopamine. So when I say this, all the things I listed above are going to give you a little spark of what we call dopamine, which is a feel-good factor, something that porn can release. But is having it released by one of those activities are going to stop us from associating to porn, and it's going to aid us on our road to recovery. Porn triggers reward the centre of the brain. They actually give us the same buzz that we would get if we exercise or we ate a food that we liked. It sends a cocktail of emotion up to the brain, and that's what can really trick us and makes many people like myself fall into a porn addiction. So it's all about getting those dopamine levels from something else and keeping us distracted from the fact that we may want to watch porn. Because as we know from this video, that's not a good idea. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be releasing a little bit of a mini series now, focusing on what we can do during this pandemic and going a bit more into detail with some of my actions that I've taken and some of the work I've done with some of my clients to help them see them through, because I know it's a bit of a difficult time for everyone. So I actually want to hear in the comments some of the things you've been struggling with, whether it be in your addiction, your life, or what you're doing to help cope with the current climate. So guys, get commenting, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with our future videos and up to date on these current topics, and I'll see you soon.